It's good morning for me here in Germany. I'm in Saarbrücken, Germany, and I've come to a pretty cool place. It's just breaking dawn this morning, so it's kind of hard to show you where I am, but I'm at a location that is very, very interesting and reminds me of the movie Poltergeist. And I'll tell you why. This behind me is a park for the city of Saarbrücken, and it's been here since the 70s. But that's not the whole story. This used to be, in the 1800s, a graveyard, and most of the graves were moved in 1917 when it was closed. And you heard me right, most of the graves, but not all the graves. Recently, there's been attempts to recover graves that were lost, that were covered. But there's also graves here that have no markings at all. So there's a park with kids and adults and using it that's haunted, according to this vendor we talked to and some of his patrons. So let's check it out. And that's why I'm here this morning. So this is the entrance here. Turn up the light a little bit. Hopefully you can get a view. I'm here at dawn because I was told that the most apparitions have been seen in the early morning. Wow. Oh. I wasn't expecting this. Honestly, folks, I'm showing you this, but I'm just like dumbfounded because he said it was a park. I didn't realize there was an actual graveyard. I knew there was some graves I heard about, but I didn't know. There was still graves here. A graveyard. This is a graveyard, folks. Oh my goodness. I am literally walking in a graveyard right now. Oh man. Wow. So this is somebody's been visiting because you can see the lights. The little, wow, look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm looking forward to the light coming out because I had to be honest, my camera, I don't know how well it's picking these up. But they're absolutely beautiful. And so here we go. Wow. 1842 to 1896. Oh my God. I just pointed up the camera that way. I don't know what that is up there. It looks like a structure, but I could have sworn I saw somebody. But this is very, very early in the morning. I came here at this time especially because I was told dawn has been the time when people have seen apparitions here. I don't know a lot about the apparitions. I just know that school kids, even adults, have been scared away because they saw somebody and then a moment later they didn't see him anymore. But look at this. I mean, could that be mistaken for an apparition? Oh my God, but it's beautiful. What a beautiful grave marker. And it looks like somebody put a flower wow. I don't want to walk on the grave plot. Wow. For some of these, I'll have to come back around as it gets lighter. So it's not so easy to see them. You can see the shine from my light in the reflection. Okay, you see the dawn is breaking, sunrise. So, oh my goodness. Guess I'm disturbing the wildlife. Oh my goodness. Since I have to say, turn the light off for a moment. What is kind of unusual this morning especially is that when I first got here, I mean, it was quiet. Before I even started the camera, it was so quiet and you could hear a pin drop. But then a few minutes passed and when I got to the entrance over there, and so all of a sudden the wildlife came to life. You could hear all the birds start chirping and I was barely moving. I was just talking into the camera and it all started. Okay, so I've walked through a bit taking photos and it's just an incredible view here. I can't say that so far that I've experienced anything or that I've seen anything. Well, there was one moment where I turned around and I thought I saw somebody and nobody was there. But so far, I don't know. I can't say that I've experienced anything paranormal. But I'm only in, sounds strange, but I'm only in the actual part that is a graveyard, which I didn't even know was here. I know I saw a couple photos of graves online, but I had no idea that there was still a graveyard here from the 1800s. Now it's said, well, it's a fact, that graves were moved from here between 1914 and 1917 to a new grave site. However, some speculate that not all the bodies or coffins were removed and moved as well. That graves, even in the last 10 years, are still being found throughout the park, uncovered, and the city is trying to maintain them, I believe, or there's a group that is coming out here cleaning this up, helping uncover graves that have been lost. So let's go ahead and visit the rest of the park. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the word dictionary. So this is sort of like, I guess you could call it ghost detector app. And what it does is if the apparitions or spirits or whatever's here can choose words from the dictionary. And it's been very accurate, actually. Very impressive. So I'm going to put that in my pocket and let it leave it on. See if we get any words. You know what I just noticed, and I didn't, and it's the light's starting to come out. I'm starting to wake up, but I'm also starting to notice something that's even more mind-blowing. Just take a look. Okay, so I was here walking up this. You see, I've been to this side, and I walked through it, and I thought that was the graveyard section. So the light's coming up, and I came back here to take some photos of this grave, which had been my favorite so far. And then look at what I see over there. Oh, and you can hear the church bells in the distance. Wow. So there's more graves over there. How incredible is this? Now, where I'm walking were also graves, and I could actually be walking on top of graves now. And that's the thing about this park. Now you see here, the park goes down through there, goes up through there, and we're gonna go up there and well see what all this park has. But look, more graves just right here alone. Oh my goodness. Family plots. So this park, and you can see as you go further, there's a older gentleman on the other side walking through with his dog, but you can see over there, that's modern, and where the locals enjoy themselves for recreation. Wow. Okay, so now I'm coming up to what do we have here? This is beautiful. Thought I just heard somebody behind me. Nah, I genuinely thought somebody was right behind me just now. Like they walked right up to me, and I turned around and nobody was there. I expected to see an early morning stroller or a dog walker or something. I don't even know which direction I should go right now. Okay, well, I'm over here, so I just decided to come early in the morning and check it out. And I'm so glad I did. Just historical value alone. Oh my. How beautiful is that? And ever so haunting. Wow. Oh my. The tombstone must have fell over at some time and has gone into the slope of the hill. Wow. I found a hidden grave. Not hidden, but it's still under all this foliage. If you can imagine that here in the middle of the city, and it's a big one too. And just look at that. The headstone is like enormous, almost like the side of a small building. So it must be somebody very important to have such a large grave in such a prominent location. But the question is, why would it still be covered like that? And I apologize, that's my hand shaking. I'm like getting chills, and I'm not sure if it's from the cold or it's from approaching that grave. Because if you think about it for a moment, it does seem completely hands off over there. Like, look around. This is completely cleared. Those are cleared. The graves below are cleared. But this one is not. Okay, I just got another word. Let's see what it says. Straight. Were you asking me to go straight, like to it? But I don't want to go. Here's another one right here, so I don't want to walk over a grave in order to get to that grave. Oh wow, look at this. And here's a path leading back out, so because this is a park again, it's just so shocking. And look how big. Oh my god, there's another one right behind it, or right beside it, that's still uncovered. I got the word helpless. Do you have something you'd like to say or tell me, or a message for anyone? Just look at that right there. Isn't that just... It's so sad, but why are these right here still covered? I mean, now, I think there's also more right here. Oh, no way did I just got the word ancient. I don't know if you can see that or not, if it'll focus in on it, but I got the word ancient. These are ancient graves. Now, mind you, some graves, I have been told, go back 1,000 years. But I've also been told this is primarily from the 1800s, but that this was used by the Romans, that the Romans were stationed here, the Roman legions, and before that the Celts, and that this was always a holy ground. So maybe the graves we're seeing with the gravestones are recent, but maybe there are older graves that are ancient. And then some would say 1800s is ancient. So this has been nothing short of incredible. More than what I've expected. So far, I've come directly into the graveyard, and I assume this is the park itself, but I'm gonna walk more, and I keep coming across more and more graves. So, and this is a recreational park, that's what it's listed as well as an old graveyard. And from what I understand, what I presume is when I go that way, that there's not going to be any graves. Markers. Let me repeat that. Grave markers. But there might be graves, but they're not marked. And it's used as a recreational area. It's been nothing short of incredible. I'm going to take some photos. Oh wow, looks like a tree has fallen over there. Oh wow, and there's graves back there too. But there's a major tree that came down right over a path. Must have been recent because it's not even removed yet or cut. Okay, so this is where the tree. Now, I did see somebody just walk over there, and I was pointing the camera in that direction, but it's impossible for somebody to be over there, because that was in the thick and it was white. So I have to be careful you're walking through this. But look. There are more graves up here. And that's the general area right over there where I saw somebody moving in white. There's no one else here. I don't see anyone. No way did I just get the word climb. I did, literally. I got the word climb. And look, I was just going up this and I got the word climb. Telling you this thing's accurate. But I could fall. I'll try to climb. Hopefully I make it. Oh, wow, I did. Okay, I climbed. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Look at this. Look how many graves are out here. Don't tell me I just got the word 10. Like there's 10 graves out here. I'm gonna have to check that word. So I climbed up here. Did you want me to see something? I did get the word 10. So are there 10 graves up here? Is that up a little? My hand's shaking a little, I'm sorry. Just the cold it's so cold. And I'm a bit nervous. So I don't, and this right here, I could actually be standing on a grave. Oh my, so I have to be careful. I don't want to disrespect. Or are these steps? Actually, I think I'm standing. No, I think I'm actually, it's hard to say. I just don't know. I could be walking on gravestones. Oh, there's more graves. So maybe there are 10 out here. This is incredible. I mean, just look at this. This was unexpected. I expected maybe there would be a few graves here. I had no idea there were so many. I'm standing here in the middle of a sea of graves right now. And as incredible as it is, it's also chilling to realize people are seeing apparitions throughout here. Kids are getting scared away. And a lady in white, and I think I actually saw her. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I saw somebody in white moving right over there. Absolutely incredible. I just got a word. Oh no. I got the word hurt. I don't know why I got the word hurt. I'm sorry you're hurt. You don't have to stay here. You can go. You can go home. You can go away. Just can't come with me. Oh man, I'm just getting cold all over. And I know the sun's starting to come out. It's supposed to be warming up, but where I'm standing right now, I'm getting nothing but chills. So I'm going to continue. There's more to see as we walk back out. But if you saw anything or you heard anything, let me know. Show me. Mention it in the comments. Okay, I got chills right here. I'm getting the feeling that I need to move. I need to get away from this section right here. God, that sounds like a huge bird or a giant something. Okay, so I'm gonna head back down. Now I have to be careful. It asked me to climb and I climbed, but now coming back down could be, whoa, hazardous. I did it though. How awesome was that? So the reason why this reminds me of the movie Poltergeist is that in Poltergeist, if you remember, the family's house was haunted because it was built on top of an ancient burial ground. Well, but that was a secret too. The families did not know that. So, but here, it's obvious that graves are here. You could see them. But what's not so obvious, the parts at the park where there are no gravestones, from what some say and speculate, is that there still could be graves out there and that they're finding new graves on a regular basis. Wow. Here's a few here that actually, so like right here, there's no headstones, but it's pretty clear that there's graves there. Okay, so let's go check out more of this so-called park. Wow. That's a huge, huge piece of granite right there. Beautiful, amazing. Wow. So I'm continuing through. I want to see how far this actually goes. From what I understand, in the 1800s, this was a very large graveyard. And you can see that now. Oh, I just got a word. Let me see what the word was. It sounded like mile. Oh, it was mile. So, was this graveyard a mile long? Sprechen Sie English? Or do you speak English? I say that, but I do believe the theory in the afterlife that there's no language, that anyone in the afterlife can speak with anyone, that there's a common way of communicating, and that the afterlife, or spirits, can speak to anyone in the language of that person that they're trying to communicate with. This is just over 100 years since it's been abandoned and closed and then abandoned, because it was abandoned practically until the 70s, and then in the 70s they made a park out of it. But even then, after the 70s, after they made it into a park, it was abandoned again, and no one came out here to use it as a park, because there was, well, I don't know all the reasons, but one of the reasons is that there was things that happened in this park that were scary, There were also crimes committed here in the park, serious crimes. If I understand correctly, there's been a murder in this park. Oh wow, look what they did with this tree right here. How beautiful is that? There is a kindergarten, so it is possible that they've come out here and decorated this tree, maybe for Christmas or for Valentine's Day. It looks like there's a heart on it. Awesome. So yeah, it said that a murder has been committed here, maybe even more than one. Yeah, it's no wonder to me that this is considered a haunted park. I mean, there are gravestones still here in the middle of where people gather. And there are ancient gravestones here. We're walking on the leaves now. So these are actual gravestones. And there's the kindergarten. Oh my goodness. Do I see this right? Those graves go all the way up to the kindergarten. No wonder the kids. I'm not sure if it's kids from the kindergarten. I don't know that. But I have heard that kids have run away from here in fright, that they saw somebody that wasn't there. And honestly, I mean, if I was a kid, this would spook me. Seriously. The kindergarten itself is right next. Wow, that crow was loud. Is right next to these graves. And I believe the kindergarten, yes, the kindergarten is actually built right where this graveyard continued. So the kindergarten's built on a graveyard. I hope all the bodies were excavated. I imagine so. But then again, look at this. This leads right on up to the fence. More, oh, no way. No way. So, wow. The graveyard goes literally around the kindergarten, and I think I spot an actual tombstone inside the fence from the kindergarten. That is insane. Even if the kids don't actually see apparitions, I mean, their imaginations must be going absolutely bananas. I mean, look at this. So there's no names, there's no kids, you can't see. There's no identification there. So, but you see, wow. There's this one back there. They're everywhere. I have a feeling, and I hate to say this, but that open space in the park, having walked through here now, I really believe in my heart of hearts and what I feel is that the graves are still there. That's what I feel. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm right or not, but that's the feeling I have. Now look, so there is the exit to the park. Right there. And you have right next to it the kindergarten to the left and the gravestone right there too. I mean there's gravestones literally surrounding the kindergarten. And then they have a little miniature soccer field right here on the park and a playground. Oh, there's a squirrel out there on the playground. I thought it was something else for a minute there. I don't know if I can zoom in on it or not. Yeah, there it is. He's having a good old time. He's got it all to himself. So yeah, so they have a playground. They have a little soccer field, a mini soccer field. And that was covered with graves. I mean, the gravestones are gone, but are the graves really gone? So yeah, you're just enjoying a day at the park, playing some soccer right here, and then right next to you is a massive gravestone, grave marker right there, and then more right next to it, and then you have the soccer, and then the playground. And the only thing here is that the grave markers have been removed. And you have to hope that all the bodies that were right here were removed too, but you never know. There's speculation that not all of them were removed. So I came back today during the daylight to take another look because I was talking to someone else that had been here, and he said it's not just speculation that there's still graves in the park section of the abandoned graveyard. And so I came back and I wanted to see, he told me to go into the middle and then look at the ground, and he's right. Not only, so what I was thinking was that the graves markers have been removed and the graves were still here. Well, apparently graves are still here, but so are some grave markers. They're just buried. So like right here, there's a grave marker under there. And that's not the only one, that's the biggest one that I found. But as I'm walking through here, I find more and more. So as I walk a little further here along this path, you'll see there are more gravestones that are practically buried. So, and you can find those throughout here. Now you see the graves along the sides from the original graveyard, but this section I'm looking at right here, and I'm trying to be careful not to film anybody, this section right here is supposed to be part of the park where people can play and have recreation and so on. And there's still gravestones right here in the middle of the park. So I just wanted to come back and see that for myself, because I had seen obvious grave markers. So here's even another one right here. Right here, you can see it. That's just not a big rock. That is a gravestone. Everybody's playing out here and having a good time and spending their weekends. Like, there's a whole group of children over on the other side. I'm not gonna put them on camera. And there's grave markers over there too, but I can't film them because there's like a dozen kids playing. Isn't that just wild? Oh my goodness, even more. It's just non-stop.